Hey, what's up? It's Owen from Real Social Dynamics. I'm out in Pacific Beach this weekend, which is a cool bar area on the beach in San Diego. And what I want to talk to you about today is your biggest fear as far as closing the deal. What I'm going to predict is that your biggest fear as far as closing the deal is a diminishment in your self-image with girls who you think like you. So what I want you to imagine is that you walk up to a girl, she's really into you, you feel really great about the chemistry that you have, and you have a decision. Should you leave on a high note, or should you risk messing it up with her and losing that little boost to your self-image by trying to close the deal? What I'm gonna teach you is that in order to fix this, what you have to do is take so much action, it actually turns that part of your mind off. Let me say that again. It's a great tip I got from Julian. You're gonna take so much action that it literally turns that part of your mind off. And what you're gonna learn in this video is how to close, how to get over your damn self as far as your self-image, and the steps that you need to take in order to be an executor and get it done.
Well, it's nice meeting you. Sure. If you want her number, she's living in my house. I can give you my address. Okay.
That's pretty cool. That's a good friend. Follow. Get the number.
Don't worry. I don't even know.
Yeah, no, I know. There you go.
Walk her to the cab. Walk her to the cab.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
I think you should have talked to that girl more. And then what you should have done is, so that girl was on your team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you talk to her more? Be like, good night, be like, good night, you're the best. And then see if she coaches you to get in the car. Be like, you're the best friend of any girl I ever met. I just want to say thank you. Go right up and do that. Just do it right now. Okay. Just tell her.
All right. Nice meeting you.
Yeah. So see, then what I would do then is I'd proactively be trying to like get her to like invite you. Be like, it was so cool you invited me, and then just make her be like, just bring him home. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
you have to push. So do you see there? Because what you did there was like that girl was into you, and the friend is there to help you. So you have to take advantage of the fact the friend's there to help you, right? You could be in that fucking taxi right now. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, come on. Yeah, here, pop in here. Okay, so this is a sticking point that brings back a lot of painful memories for me, okay? Just look at my face right now. The pain of this sticking point. And the reason why I bring up the pain of this sticking point is because probably from age like 17 until around 22, this was the bane of my existence. Okay, so what I do, this is before I even went into pickup hardcore, it was even, back when I was like a 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid at a shopping mall, is I'd be talking to a girl. I have memories of this. I'm like looking at a postcard and ask the girl, oh, do you like this? And she starts to flirt with me. She starts to get into me. And, she's looking at me a little bit. I start to feel good. And I feel good in a way that I've never felt before. And all of a sudden, I feel this instinct to run away. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, anyway, nice meeting you. And I bounce, right? And I walk away feeling really good about it. Like, maybe that girl liked me. Maybe that girl would have slept with me. Maybe that girl, most important for me at that time, would have become my girlfriend. We could have got married. And I can even envision myself, maybe in a place like this here in Pacific Beach, walking down the street with her, just feeling great, chatting, making love on the beach, all that kind of stuff. And these images were going into my mind. Well, I remember later when I actually got into pickup and I started doing cold approach, I might ask her girl for her phone number, right? So we'd be chatting a little bit and I'd be like, so, can I get your number? And the girl would say, yeah, and then I get the number. And I walk around all night like, oh my God, this girl really likes me, this is so exciting. But I'd be too afraid to call. Why was I afraid to call? Well, again, I'm living through my self-image, so what would happen is, I'd be afraid that if I called her and she shut me down or she didn't pick up the phone, like I would lose that little increase in good feelings in my body. I can even remember this one time where, before I'd learned about pickup, but I approached this girl on the street, and I'd known her from one of my classes actually, so I invited her out. And she actually said yes, she said she'd come out with me, and she actually just said that because she didn't want to make me feel bad. Later I tried to call her, I couldn't reach her, and she told me that she had to go to a Lauryn Hill concert and she couldn't go out with us on that night. I remember just being like, okay, bye. But what was so crazy about it was that all week I've been telling my friends about how I'm gonna go out with this girl. All my friends were excited for me, it was this big, huge deal. It was this epic event that was happening in my life. I thought maybe this was the one. So all week I'm feeling great. And finally, when I called her at the end of the week, I waited like a week to call her. She rapidly shuts me down, and I was completely destroyed. Well, there's other times in pickup where a girl, she might have been into me, and I think I could actually take her home with me, but again, I'd be too afraid to try to close the deal, and it would frustrate me. So this was pretty much an ongoing issue, and I see this with a lot of guys where you see them, at first afraid to get a phone number because they're afraid to piss the girl off. Later, they go for the phone number, but they're too afraid to call it. They're too afraid to text the girl that night to see what she's doing. Why? Because they're afraid of losing a little piece of their self-image. So you got to talk to the girl. Who'd you come here with? How you getting home? Who do you have to drop anybody off? Where are you going after this? Like, where do you live? All those kind of things. You have to start seeding it, okay? Now, when you go to seed it, if the girl is not likely looking to get pulled, what should you do? You get a phone number. You get her number, you try to make plans with her, and then you move on to the next girl. So a lot of guys go through like a love-hate relationship with phone numbers, because guys will first get phone numbers and get excited. Then a lot of those girls flake, and then they're like, fuck phone numbers, they're fucking useless. In my mind, like, dude, like, I'm sure a lot of girls have had sex with guys who they gave them their fucking number, okay? So come on. So you'll go through different phases with it. For some guys, what you'll want to do is you'll want to do like a month straight where you're not allowed to take a phone number. Why is that valuable for some guys to spend a month straight not allowed to take a phone number? Because what they're doing is they're going, oh, this girl's really into me, and I feel so good about myself and my self-image right now. What would happen if I said, let's go, and she said no? I'd feel bad. So what they do instead is they say, give me your number. Yeah. You know, and they get the number, and then they walk away feeling good about themselves, and then they can go into the next set feeling good about themselves. The problem with this is this is a very, very weak frame to be coming from as far as pickup goes. The lowest level that you can be at, in my opinion, as far as caring, is asking for a number because you're afraid you're gonna piss the girl off by trying to take her with you. That is the lowest level that you can be at. It's just bad. Even lower than that is a fear to even approach in the first place, actually, so it's not the lowest level. But the lowest levels are like fear to approach, fear to actually try to extract or fear to touch the girl. Like you're afraid to even touch her because you're afraid that if you touch her, she's gonna get mad. That was like me in that very first clip we saw today. Do you guys remember that? I was afraid to even touch her. Afraid to try to extract or move the girl around. Afraid to try to kiss. Afraid to even call because she might not call back. You know, all these different fears, right? And you have to get over them. How do you get over it? Just enjoy the whole club. Be able to open anybody. Do you want to know why you get the fear? Because you think that interaction went so well that you couldn't meet another girl as attractive as her again quickly.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Are you from Britain?
You're not. Because you pronounce Britain so formally. I could tell.
We're gonna go to the strip club.
Nice, have fun.
Oh, friendly too? Yeah.
No, I mean this is not family.
Oh, you're pointing at me. Oh.
This is my cousin.
Yeah.
Like,
If it's cold, I'll give you a sweater. If it's cold, I'll give you a sweater. I live like 3 blocks, 1 block, and it's warm.
Nice to meet you. You're just like, hi. And the girl's like, hi. And you're like that. And then the girl's like, nice to meet you, you fucking pussy. Good night. Okay, so there's 2 key things that I want to share with you which helped me to get past the sticking point. And interestingly, I think that if you implement them, you could pretty much get past it probably within the next month or so. Maybe even faster, who knows. The first is go out a lot and get really, really frustrated. So actually what that comes down to is getting a lot of phone numbers, getting a lot of opportunities, and basically just walking home feeling like, what if? I know for me, one of the biggest leverage points to actually going for the pull is when I'll be talking to a girl, I don't go for the pull, I go home, and I just sit there frustrated thinking about what might have happened if I'd gone for it. I have actually experienced so much emotional pain from what if, that the flip side of that pain, which is I tried and the girl wasn't into me, I found that actually to be a much lighter burden to bear. So the first solution is just going out a lot and having a lot of those painful what if moments, getting to the point where the motivational seesaw of leverage kind of shifts for you. You're so frustrated with yourself, and as a result, you just want to change. Now, what do you do when you are ready to change? Well, the solution to that is basically what I call shifting from the self-image paradigm to the momentum paradigm. Look, I have fur. Check it out. I just wanted to show you the fur, girl.
I'm good.
Sorry, good night.
Yeah.
Good night. Goodbye. Whatever. See, you're nice. See? One girl can think you're a loser and a creep, another thinks you're nice. One girl hates the fur, another likes the fur. It's arbitrary. You'd never know.
This is a nice jacket.
You like it?
Yeah.
I like your jacket too. You guys just come from the den?
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of your life, due to modern society being what it is, you're actually negatively influenced to live your life through a paradigm of self-image. So it's like, how are you stacking up compared to the Joneses? How many likes do you have on Facebook? What do your friends think of you? Who approves of you? It's almost like you're in a sim game, you know, those like the Sims computer game, and you're trying to always expand on your self-image. What this does is actually your positive emotions increase based on how strong you feel your self-image is. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so it's like your state goes up if your self-image goes up. Now, the opposite of the self-image paradigm is the momentum paradigm, or you could call it the taking action paradigm. Basically what that is when the more action that you take, the more that you get into your body. And the more that you get into your body, the more that you get into the flow. So for somebody like me, I know that if I just start approaching and girls are rude to me, or if girls don't want to talk to me, the mere fact that I'm taking action actually gets me out of my head and into my body. So a lot of time earlier the night, girls will be into me just based off of my appearance. I know that sounds funny, right? Like Owen would actually have girls into him based off his appearance, but it's funny. Some girls just like you, man. And I'll have that where like I'll go up to a girl and she'll be even saying things like, you know, come with me, or hang out with me, or just kind of making long eye contact with me, waiting for me to do something. And because I'm still kind of rooted a little bit in my self-image, maybe from like just sort of the social conditioning that sort of crept into my mind during the day, almost like weeds that you have to pull out, I'll kind of sit there like, like that, and I'm like, what am I doing? Ah! Like that, right? And for me, it usually just takes once or twice for that frustration to kick in, again, for that little motivational seesaw frustration to kick in. I'm like, fuck it, let's go fucking take some action. Let's walk up to the first girl I see, could even be a fat girl, and she just is like, go away, you're creepy. But then of course, the fact that I got into my body, bam, I'm back in the flow, and then maybe the next girl's into me, or the next girl's into me, or the next girl's into me. So the main key here is getting out of a paradigm where your positive emotions come from the validation that you're getting, making you feel really good. Fuck all that, and get into a mode where just taking action and getting into your body make you feel really, really good. Now, it's interesting because you could actually even argue that this is a consequence of modern living, because if you were living back in nature, imagine you're just fucking hunting down the prey, or you're planting the field, or whatever it is, right? Let's say that you're in the jungle, you're just out there. Say that, you know, say you're chasing an animal, right? You're just out there, you're getting into your body, you're getting into the flow. Think how good you feel. Then you get home, your girls are there, you're all dancing together, you're having sex, you're getting into the flow, and think just how much fun that would be. Versus in modern society, where we're basically influenced, like I said, it's almost like weeds growing in the garden of your mind that you have to actively pluck out. We're influenced to live through our self-image. So realize very much that this fragile self-image that you might have been preserving, okay, trying to preserve your identity, that's actually not healthy. And even realize that in the long-term progression of your pickup skills, even when you start to kill it in the game, and you do take a lot of action, and taking all that action, getting into the flow, that actually gets you success. A lot of time what happens is then the weeds of the self-image in the garden start to really kick in, because now living in a self-image paradigm becomes very, very easy. Actually becomes natural to feel that way because you have that success. And then you see a lot of guys that got a lot of success and are actually too afraid to approach, too afraid to get in the flow, too afraid to get in their own body because they've literally forgotten how. So the image that I want to sort of leave you with here, the lesson that I want to leave you with, is that forget about the self-image paradigm. Rather, take so much action that it overwhelms your thinking mind. Okay, you take so much action that you get into your body. And as you get into your body, as you start to feel good, you do that more and more. Maybe you do that every night when you go out. You feel incredible. You stop panicking. You realize that the frustration of what if and having to go home and rub one out to that girl that you're thinking about is not worth it. You'll feel immediately better if you just go home knowing that it didn't work out, that you did just get in the flow, get into your body, and gave yourself the best chance possible. And after doing this for a little while, let's say for the next month, you will become a hard closer who gets results. Anyway, I hope that made sense. I hope that was kind of like an interesting lesson for you, and I hope you notice sort of how I took a very simple lesson in pickup and shows you how what you learn in pickup is a very, very powerful lesson for what you learn in life. And again, the lesson in pickup being to get out of your self-image, be a closer, don't say what if, just go for it. Will that same image in life, get out of your head, get out of your self-image, take action in life. You'll never have to wonder what if as far as life, and you'll be in the flow in life itself. Do you guys want to see me break down my whole pickup method in 90 seconds? Here's basically what I do. See a girl, walk up to girl, try to have good eye contact, relax the body language, and powerful vocal tonality. And I try to be a little witty. I walk up, hey, what's up? Cool, I'm Owen. Sweet. Joke, joke, joke. And then as soon as I see the girl into it, I just kind of go, yeah, like that. Then, if she looks like what he looked like now, I don't try to kiss. Okay? Now, if the girl looks receptive to it, I try to kiss like what you saw here. If she doesn't look receptive, I just slightly back off, and then I go joke, joke, joke. And then later, when she looks into it, I try again. And then I back off. And then if still she's not ready, maybe she just was one of those girls that doesn't like to kiss in public, which is a lot of girls, then I just try to move her somewhere private. And then I make suggestions of fun stuff that we could go do. And then I try to deal with like the peer group and the interruptions. Just keep having fun conversation with her, and then I keep trying to lead it towards an isolation. What I'm doing that's very good is if that girl won't sleep with me, I'm erasing her out of my reality very quickly. I'm not butthurt about it. I'm not overanalyzing it. I've just forgotten about it. I'm not like getting mad about it. She's maybe someone I could even joke around with in the club later, but I just forget about it. I move on, and I'm just on to some other girl and talking to her. I'm not frustrated or caught up in any particular one girl. Really, all I'm trying to do is have a really fun night, is basically the gist of it. That's pretty much what my game is, okay? And then, like I said, I'm always moving them around, and I'm always leading towards a close. I got this shit.